Hey there, hi there, ho there, it's Wispopedia. Sunbreak is right around the corner, just a few weeks away, and I'm getting so excited to hop into the game and start fighting new monsters, getting new gear, and experiencing the new story. That one feels weird to say about a Monster Hunter game, but hey, here we are. Anyway, while I thoroughly enjoyed Monster Hunter Rise, there are certainly some weaker parts of the game, and I want to talk about those today. Above anything else, I hope that Sunbreak addresses these key weaknesses. Oh, if you enjoyed this video, by the way, like and subscribe, because I just think that you're neat, and you might think that my stuff is neat too. Alright, here we go. In Rise, the event quests left a lot to be desired. Basically, the way that it worked was that a new event quest would come out almost every week after the title updates were all released. The release of the title updates was weird overall as well because it felt like Rise wasn't really complete until they were all released. As such, the event quests seemed like they were basically an afterthought. Now, Monster Hunter is not a live service game. That's not really the way that these games are designed to work. However, Rise seemed to make a half-hearted attempt at being a live service game with the addition of the weekly event quests. Now, if I were to compare the event quests in Rise to the ones in World, there are definitely some key weaknesses between the two. In World, there were a number of event quests that gave unique rewards like weapons, armor, a huge amount of Zenny, and extra armor cores and other materials. In Rise, we don't really have the same thing. A lot of players were dissatisfied with the abundance of stickers you could earn as quest rewards. I think stickers are pretty fun, and there are certainly ways you can use them, but playing the game to earn stickers isn't really my cup of tea. I do wish that the event quests were a bit more rewarding and that more of them gave unique weapons and armors as your reward for finishing them. Also, I feel like we should talk about the collab quests as well. I do hope that we get more varied collaboration quests in Sunbreak. The best collaboration quests were by far the Sonic collab. I mean, fighting Nargacuga while Live and Learn was playing was just really fun. I also really liked the ring gathering quest for something that was just outside of the ordinary. Other than the Sonic quests though, the collaboration quests were sort of lackluster to me. If I had more love for the other franchises myself, I probably would have enjoyed them more, but it did sort of feel like we were just fighting the same monsters with a different background track. And I mean, I guess that's sort of what collab quests have basically always been, but I think I wanted something different from them. Maybe it was just that Rise was so overshadowed by Wings of Ruin overall, and that being the first collab quest took even more wind out of the sails. Or maybe I just want more weapons. I think the only collab quest that added a new weapon was actually the USJ quest. I'm just thinking about stuff like the pickaxe or the frozen fish swords in Iceborne, and I want more quests with rewards like that in Rise. We did end up getting some fun weapons from a few different quests, but I'm really hopeful that gets expanded upon in Sunbreak. Even if it's more of the silly weapons like the Big Mutton, that'd be great. Oh, and speaking of expanding, let's talk about the Elder Dragon roster. So in Rise, we really only have 4 Elder Dragons: Chameleos, Teostra, Kushala Daora, and Valstrax. We also had Ibushi and Narwa, but that's about it. I really hope that there is more variety in the Elder Dragons in Sunbreak. Granted, we already have Malzeno, but it would just be nice if there were more variety in the endgame fights. Being able to fight more different Elder Dragons would definitely make the endgame loop a bit better. Rise was lacking here in general, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, but I really hope that there will be more Elder Dragons so we just have more variety in those fights. And it's not just about the fights. I hope that there's more variety in the Elder Dragon weapons and armors. Typically the gear from the Elders is some of the best in the game. In Rise, the meta has basically just been to use the Valstrax set since it's been released. I love the set, but it's not really fun for creating different builds. A bit more variety in the best armor and armor skills would be really nice. It would be great if we have a few different viable skills for highest DPS. I just hope that there's some great options for new and fun fights and great gear too. I'm not necessarily hoping that we have a bunch of returning Elder Dragons, by the way. Some new ones would be really cool to see as well. Although that said, it would be really cool to have something like Kulve Taroth or Safi'jiiva as well. A large siege monster with the sort of shared instances would be a great experience again. I loved when those quests came around, and it always felt like a big event in World. I don't love siege quests, but this was probably my favorite way they've done it. The gear was great too, so hopefully we'll see something similar to this in Sunbreak. Now, I said we were going to talk about an endgame system, so let's talk about that. The endgame loop in Rise is basically non-existent. I really wish there was a reason to go back and fight different monsters in Rise, but there really isn't much of one. I wish that there was some kind of endgame system, something like the Deviants in GU or Tempered Monsters in World, but there kinda really isn't. Once you've gotten the armor set from Valstrax and made a couple of powerful weapons from different monsters, there's not really much else left to chase. You don't have other powerful versions of monsters that you can fight to level up gear more. We do, however, have the Apex monsters, and there are some quests that feature extremely powerful versions of the Elder Dragon's Apex monsters and even Magnum Hollow, but there isn't a way to level up for those quests. The benefit for fighting the powerful tempered monsters in World was that you could actually augment your weapons and armor to make those fights just a little bit easier. For these quests, you just have to get good, which is fine, I guess, but they're pretty difficult fights, and there isn't much of a reward if you win. I guess you get bragging rights, but I bounced off of Rise before those quests were even released. I'm out of practice right now. If I hop into those quests, chances are that I'm not going to be able to clear them by myself. And I guess I could SOS, but then you have to bank on randoms being capable as well. Often, I get people who join, cart, and promptly leave the quest. If I had friends still playing consistently, I'm sure we'd be able to clear them, but unfortunately we all sort of stopped playing because there wasn't really much else to do. And alright, we have Apex monsters. Apex monsters are so underutilized in this game. It'll always be a huge miss to me that we didn't have any kind of unique weapons or armors for the Apex monsters. They're basically the deviant forms of those monsters from past games, so it's frustrating that they don't have unique gear. I'll get over it eventually, but it would be really nice if Sunbreak has a substantial endgame. And Capcom is marketing Sunbreak as a massive expansion, so hopefully it'll bulk up the roster, provide a substantial endgame loop, and provide some fun event quests. Here's hoping. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. My name's Wispedia, but you can call me Wisp. Do the usual YouTube things, like and sub, and follow me on the other socials linked below. You can also catch me streaming on Twitch as well. If you're looking forward to Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak and want some folks to play with, consider joining the Dojo brand Discord. Dojo is a community full of awesome people that play a bunch of different games together. I love it there, and I think you will too. Thanks again for watching, and make sure you drink your water, eat good food, and get some rest. And I'll catch you next time.